dasi Chinapeksha tehina. Yeah, we need turtle. Sakala sahane Baladiya koro Nija mane sprihahina Sakala sahane Baladiya koro Nija mane sprihahina Gurudev kripa bindu diya Koro e dase Chinapeksha tehina Gurudev kripa bindu diya e dase Chinapeksha tehina Sakale samana Karite shakati Deho nata jata jata Sakale samana Karite shakati Nata jata jata Tabe to gaibo Harinama suke Tabe to gaibo Aparadha vehata Aparadha vehata Gurudev kripa bindu diya Koro e dase Chinapeksha tehina Gurudev Koro e dase No, kabe no kripa labhiya e jana kritarta hoibe nata kabe no kripa labhiya e jana kritarta hoibe Shakti Buddhi Amiyati Din Shakti Buddhi Amiyati Din Karo more Atmasata Karo more Atmasata Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya Koro e dase Chinapeksha tehina Gurudev kripa bindu diya e dase Satehina Yojata vichare Kichu nahi pai Tomara karuna sara Jojata vichare Kichu nahi pai Tomara karuna hara Karuna na hoile Kadiya kadiya Karuna na hoile Kadiya kadiya Karuna na hoile Kadiya kadiya Karuna na hoile Prana naraki bohara Prana naraki bohara Gurudev kripa bindu diya Koro e dase Chinapeksha tehina Gurudev kripa bindu diya E dase Chinapeksha tehina Jaya Guru Deva 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 Guru Deva Guru Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya. Do you want the English? O Gurudev, Give me a drop of mercy and make this servant more humble than a blade of grass. Give me the strength to tolerate everything and free me from my desire for recognition. Give me the power, O Master, to honor all living entities according to their due. When I shall chant the holy names of Sri Hari blissfully, and my offenses will be vanquished. When will this person receive such mercy and thus be successful, O Master? I am devoid of strength and intelligence and am extremely fallen. Kindly take my soul and make me your own. If I consider my qualification, I find nothing of value. Your mercy is the essence of my existence. If you are not merciful, then bitterly weeping, I will no longer maintain my life. Jai Gurudev. Vaishnava? Prabhu? Can do Kirupe if nobody. I was looking for Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Hari Hari kabe mor habe no din. Hari Hari kabe mor kabe no din. Kabe mora habe no din. Hari Hari kabe mora habe no din. Bimala Vaishnava rati upajibe vasana hoi bekshina. Bimala Vaishnava rati kabe mora habe no dina. Habe mora habe no dina. Antara bahire samavyavahara amani manadahabo. Antara bahire Krishna Sankirtane, Shri Krishna Smarane, Krishna Sankirtane, Shri Krishna Smarane, Satatama Jiyarabo. Dehera kriya abhyase koribo jivana japana lagi. Dehera kriya abhyase koribo jivana japana lagi. Shri Krishna bhajane anukula jaha.
day be mine? I shall develop. Oh Hari, when will such a day be mine? I shall develop attachment to pure-hearted Vaishnavas, by which material desires will be subdued. No disparity shall remain between my internal and external behavior. I shall not desire honor for myself, and shall instead offer respect to others. I shall remain constantly absorbed in chanting Krishna's names and remembering him. I shall perform my bodily activities out of habit, just to maintain my life. I shall become attached only to that which is favorable to bhajan of Sri Krishna. I shall firmly reject whatever is unfavorable for bhajan. Absorbed in bhajan, when the time comes, I shall readily give up this body. With these aspirations, Bhaktivinoda resides in the forest of Godrum. He always weeps in a solitary place, anxious at heart to receive the mercy of the Lord. Enjoy.
I didn't see one for Thai. Okay. Anybody know what is like
Oh, Kabe Godavani. Yeah. Ahamora Gode Kishore. That was the one you sent.
Do you want to sing it?
What page is it? Same melody.
What about the Nityananda?
Yeah, Nitai? What? She's looking at you.
I don't know about the song. Oh, what is that one about? Is this
Yeah.
the one that you sent to me?
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of nice songs. Yeah, like Emona Dormati. Many songs. Nitai Bhajan. Oh my god, guys, in the Nam Sankirtan part, there's tons. Nitai, it's so many songs, guys. Bado Sukar Kaburgai. Nadia Godrume. Nadia Godrume. Okay. Nadia Godrume? Yeah, it's okay.
163.
It's nothing. Just sing. Not. No, it's not me. Page 163. Nadia Godrume Nityananda Mahajan Pati Achena Mahata Jivera Karan Nadia Godrume Nityananda Mahajan Pati Achena Mahata Jivera Karan O Nadia Godrume Nityananda Mahajan Pati Achena Mahata Jivera Karan Nadia Godrume Nityananda Mahajan Pati Achena Mahata Jivera Karan Shadavan Jana Hai Shadavan Jana Hai Shadavan Jana Hai Shadavan Jana Prabhu Agai Bai Magiye Bika Prabhu Agai Bai Magiye Bika Oh, Prabhu Agai Bai Magiye Biksa Prabhu Agai Bai Magiye Biksa Oh, Bolo Krishna Bhajo Krishna Koro Krishna Shika Haro Krishna Bhajo Krishna Nadia, Nadia Gojume Nityananda Mahajan Patiyache Namata Jivera Karan Nadia, Nadia Gojume Nityananda Mahajan Patiyache Namata Jivera Karan Aparada shunya hoy laho Krishna naam Aparada shunya hoy laho Krishna naam Aparada shunya hoy laho Krishna naam Aparada hoy laho Krishna naam Krishna mata Krishna pita Krishna dana pran Krishna mata Krishna pita Dana Pran Nadia, Nadia Gojume Nityananda Mahajan Patiyache Namatar Jivarakaran Nadia, Nadia Gojume Nityananda Mahajan Patiyache Namatar Jivarakaran O Krishna Rasam Sar Kore Chariyana Char Krishna Samsar Kore O Krishna Rasam Sar Koro Chariyana Char O Jive Doya Krishna Nam Sarvadama Sa Jive Doya Namasa Jive Doya Krishna Nam Sarvadama Sa Jive Doya Nadia, Nadia Gojume Nityananda Mahajan Patiyache Namata Jivera Karan Nadia, Nadia Gojume Nityananda Mahajan Patiyache Namata Jivera Karan Nitai he, Nitai he, Nitai he, Nitai he, Nitai he Nitae, 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 Nitae. On the island of Godrum in the land of Nadia, the magnanimous personality Sri Nityananda Prabhu has opened a marketplace of the holy name for the benefit of all living beings. There he calls out, O persons of faith, O persons of faith. On the order of Sri Gauranga, O brothers, I beg these alms from you. Chant the names of Krishna, worship Krishna, and follow the instructions of Krishna. Being free of offenses, chant the holy names of Krishna. Krishna is our mother, Krishna is our father, and Krishna is the treasure of our life. Give up all sinful behavior and live your life with Krishna at the center. The essence of all forms of religion is to show compassion upon all living beings and chant the holy names of Krishna. Jai Shri Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki Jai. What's next? What's next? Oh, that was only for Nitai. That was only for Nitai. Oh, we sang it this morning.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Or there's Gaya Gauda Madhura Swati. What's next?
I only know the first part.
Hari Bole Moder Gor Ella. Or we could do the Gor Gadadhar one. Haha Kabe Moder Haha Moder Gora Kishore. It's on page 79. There's one more that's really good. Yeah, this is the Gaur Gadadhara. Alright. Ha 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 mora Gaura Kishore. Ha ha mora Gaura Kishore. Kabe doya kori shigodumavane dekadibe manachor. Kabe doya kori shigodumavane dekadibe manachor. Ha ha mora gora kishora. Ananda Sukada Kunjera Vitare Gadadhare Bame Kori. Ananda Sukada Kunjera Vitare Gadadhare Bame Kori. Kanchana Varana Chachara Chikura Rana Chachara Chikura Natana Suvesha Dori. Natana Suvesha Dori. Kanchana Varana Chachara Chikura Natana Suvesha Dori. Natana Suvesha Dori. Ahamora Gora Kishora. Ahamora Gora Kishora. Dekite dekite Shirada Madhava Rupete Kori Beala. Dekite dekite Shirada Madhava Rupete Kori Beana. Saki Gana Sangye Kori Benatana. Gana Sangye Natana Galete Mohana Mala. Galete Mohana Mala. Saki Gana Sangye Kori Benatana Galete Mohana Mala. Galete Mohana Mala. Ha mora Gaura Kishore. Ha mora Gaura Kishore. Ananga Manjari Sadoya Hoya Edasi Karete Dori. Ananga Manjari Sadoya Hoya Edasi Karete Dori. Duhe Nivedi Be Duhara Maduri. Duhun Vedi Be Duhara Maduri. Heri Bonayana Bori. Heri Bonayana Bori. Gora Kishora Amora Gora Kishora Thakur Bhaktivinoda Thakur Bhaktivinoda Bhaktivinoda Thakur Bhaktivinoda Thakur Thakur Bhaktivinoda Thakur Bhaktivinoda Bhaktivinoda Thakur Bhaktivinoda Thakur Jai Gaura Gadadhar Gaura Gadadhar Gaura Gadadhar Jai Gaura Gadadhar
Kind of want to do Shri Radha Krishna Pada Kamale Mana. Oh, okay. That's I don't know that anyway.
What page?
Page 114.
O my youthful Goda, when will you mercifully reveal yourself to me in the forest of Godrum, O thief of hearts? You are situated inside Ananda Sukara Kunj, with Sri Gadadhara Pandit at your left. With the golden luster and curly hair, you wear the fine dress of a dancer. As I gaze upon you, Shri Shri Radha Madhav will appear and brilliantly illuminate the scene. Accompanied by all of their Sakhis, they will dance with enchanting garlands adorning their necks. Ananga Manjari, feeling compassion, will take this maidservant by the hand and lovingly offer me to the divine couple. I shall then behold their sweetness to the full satisfaction of my eyes. Wow, it's literally like...
Page 114. Dekite, dekite. Would you prefer somebody else sings? Because I know I'm not going to sing like the elaps and a lot of the notes right. Dekite, dekite. Pulimbo vankobe. Nijastula parichoya. I tried going right back down, but it didn't work. Nayane heribo vrajapura shobha nichachirananda moya. Vrishabhanu pure janamalo ibo Yavante vivaha hoibe. Raja Gopi Bhav hoibe swabhav Anabhava narahibe. Nija siddha deha, nija siddha nama, Nijarupa Swavasana. Radha Kripa Bole Rabi Bova Kabe Krishna Prema Purakarana. Yamuna Shalila Ahanane Giya Bujibo Yugala Rasa. Prema Mugda Hoye Pagalini Praya Gadadhara Jasha. Dekite, dekite, bulimbo kabe, nijastula parichoya. Nayane heribo, vrajapura shobha, nichachir. Nayane heribo, vrajapura shobha. Nayane heribo, vrajapura shobha. Nichachirananda moya. Nichachirananda moya. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna. Jaya Vrishabhanu Nandini, Radhe Radhe, Ashtasaki Shiromani, Radhe Radhe. When, before my very sight, will my bodily self-conception disappear? Then, with my own eyes, I shall behold the exquisite beauty of Braj, full of eternal spiritual cognizance and bliss. At that time I shall take birth in the village of Vrishabhanu Maharaj. My marriage will occur in Yavat. My sole disposition and character will be that of a Braj Gopi. Any other mood will not remain. When shall I obtain, by the power of Radha's mercy, my perfected spiritual body, my perfected spiritual name, and my own form and dress, true initiation into the realm of Krishna Prem? When I go to draw water from the Yamuna, I shall understand the confidential mellows of the divine couple's loving affairs. Being overwhelmed with prema, I shall sing Sri Radha's glories just like a madwoman.
So we have two songs. One song for Gadadhara Pandit. We have one in our deck. Can you sing it?
Yeah, Mori Gora Kishore.
No, can you sing the song about?
This morning, yeah. You can sing it, right?
Yeah. We have motion.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another
open it. What? Why are you scared? Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Hey, brother.
You got a plate of Indian food?
You hungry?
How long for us, Red?
1 second, let me check.
Yeah, my truck is parked over here, and the windows, somebody broke the window like 3 weeks ago. So it's open.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't want to leave it out there anyway.
Yeah, wait a few minutes. We're just going to make the offering, and then we'll share it.
Okay. Well, there's no place to park out here either. Hi.
Hey, nice to see you.
Thank you.
How are you?
Okay.
Good. Do you want to park like right up here?
Can I park here?
Yeah,
It says
just
no.
for 20 minutes. I'll do it.
For how long?
How long do you want to stay for?
Well, it's a residential parking only. That's what it says. And plus my windows, like I was telling her, my windows busted out 3 weeks ago. So even on Second Avenue, on that road there, it's not bad because it's residential.
I think if you park out front, no one's gonna call.
Okay, well, can I just get the plate to go?
It's not ready yet. So
Oh,
that's
it's
why.
gonna be 20 minutes before it starts.
My voice can't go this high yet. For the one that, like the Krishna Das version, I can't sing this.
What about the Hare
Yeah, I could do that melody. Okay.
It's over there, but if I'm gonna be here for a while, I probably should lock it. I don't know.
Yeah, if you want, or you can move it up here right in front, and that way you could watch it.
Yeah, but it's residential only. Like,
Krishna Premadite. Listen to Okay, ready?
Or right in front, because it's our rental property. We're not gonna call. No one's gonna call because this is part of our rental property.
okay, so I'll just put it there.
Kota Bhakti Vinod Shigora Swajan Bhakti Vinod Shigora Swajan Bhakti Vinod twice Swajan Bhakti Vinod Shigora Swajan Krishna Premadite Esi Chele Mate Manavera Saje Karuna Karan Krishna Premadite Esi Chile Mate Manavera Saje Karuna Karan Bhakti Vinod Shigora Swajan Bhakti Vinod Shigora Swajan Bhakti Vinod Next. Dharma Viplavera Amanisha Gore Susupta Manava Vyavichara Kore Dharma Viplavera Amanisha Gore Susupta Manava Vyabhachari Kore Antaryami Prabhur Hridaye Vidar Antaryami Prabhur Hridaye Vidar Antaryami Prabhur Antaryami. Sorry, I messed up. Antaryami Prabhur Hridaye Vidare Jivera Dukete Koriya Krandan Antaryami Prabhur Hridaye Vidare Jivera Dukete Koriya Krandan. Just to keep going, please. Gora Gaganera Udaya Girite Udile Acharya Mangala Usate Gora Gaganera Udaya Girite Udile Acharya Mangala Usade Gauramano Bista Stapiya Vishvete Agyananda Kara Korile Mochan Gauramano Bista Stapiya Vishvete Agyananda Kara Korile Mochan Prema Prayojana Vigraha Tumito Mahan Pumarta Prema Mula Mantra Prema Prayojana Vigraha Mito Mahan Pumarta Prema Mula Mantra Shata Grante Patre Korile Vivrita Namai Sadhyasar Namai Sadhana Se Pate Korile Vivrita Namai Sadhyasar Namai Sadhana Shuddha Namahara Namaya Parada Vishleshite Ache Tava Granta Majada Namahara Namaya Parade Vishleshite Ache Tava Granta Majada Deki Stabdi Bhuta Sajana Samaja Koti Kante Kore Tava Guna Gana Amin Buddha Sajana Samaja Kare Tava Guna Gana Sahaja Sarala Amrita Varshini Vava Pasha Bara Tomara Lekani Sahaja Sarala Amrita Varshini Vava Pasha Bara Tomara Lekani Pratipatre Chache Siddhanta Samani Shastra Sindhu Chani Kare Chochayana Chache Siddhanta Samani Shastri Sindhu Chani Kare Chochayana Shri Krishna Samhita Sajana Toshani Shikshamrita Hari Nama Chintamani Shri Krishna Samhita Haribol Shikshamrita Hari Nama Chintamani Shri Sharanagati Shri Krishna Karshani Jai Vedame Jiver Swarupa Stapana Shri Sharana Jai Shri Bhaktivinoda Thakur Ki Jai Mahaprabhur Shiksha Gita Vali Gana Gita Mala Prema Pradipa Kyana Mahaprabhur Shiksha Gita Vali Gana Gita Mala Prema Pradipaya Kyana Kalpataru Raje Birale Kayana Aparayananta Tava Buritana Kalpataru Raje Viraje Kayana Aparayananta Tava Buridana Shri Vishwa Vaishnava Raja Shabhara Dhamma Pracharini Samsata Tomara Shri Vishwa Vaishnava Raja Shabhara Dhamma Pracharini Samsara Toma Unata Shirashe Dhamma Mayo Pure Apartiva Kirti Kore Vigoshana Unata Shirashe Dhamma Mayo Pure Apartiva Kirti Kore Apekshika hoya pativrata dharma nirapeksha hoyle vishyate ganana apekshita hoya Pativratya Sada Krishna Ika Sevan Veda Gopya Vani Diyecho Sandana Sada Krishna Ika Veda Gopyavani De Chosandan Tava Sneha Dara Samvardita Jara Buloke Goloke Nivasita Tava Sneha Dara Samvardita Jara Buloke Goloka Nivasita Vitari Srinam Sudara Sudara Bhavadava Nala Kore Nirvapana Kalaita Nitya Chirvilasa Tattva Vada Jiva Pakshe Agamya Nitanta Ita Nitya Chirvilasa Tattva Vada Jiva Pakshe Agamya Nita Kemone Vanibo Virohita Tattva Evancha Pangura Parvata Langana Kemone Aivancha Pangora Parvatalangana Nahi karma bala, nahi jnana bala, na jani bhakati, moda sudor bala, nahi karma bala. Mora sudo bala tava para renu tava para jala sadhana sambala bhuvana pavana tava para renu tava para jala sadhana sambala bhuvana pavana. Ke bujibe tomar gambira swabhava Shiradhara Krishna Gara Anuraga Ke bujibe tomar gambira swabhava Shiradhara Krishna Gara Anuraga Koti koti janme korodaya bhak Tava pada yuge nivedana Koti koti janme korodaya bhak Tava pada yuge nivedana Bhakati vinoda Krishna vinodite Eneche prapanche Shirada doite Bhakati vinoda Shirada doite Sadhu Vishwavasi Aipada prante Anukula Krishna Bhajana Vigyana Vangeo Bharate Pasyatya Nagare Pujari Pujite Yogya Upachare Vangeo Bharate Pasyatya Nagare Pujari Pujite Yogya Upachare Atma Pushpanjali Sankirtana Dware Pada Puja Kori Jache Kripa Kana Anjali Sankirtana Dware Puja Kori Jate Kripa Bhale O Thakur Bhakti Vinod Thakur Bhakti Vinod Bhakti Vinod Thakur Bhakti Vinod Thakur Bhakti Vinod Mahamantra Mahamantra. Oh yeah. Someone want to read?
Oh, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur.
Can you zoom out?
Yeah.
No, on this. Oh, I guess it's zoomed out. It's okay.
O Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, personal associate of Sri Gadadhara, where are you? To bestow divine love for Sri Krishna, you came into this mortal world out of your compassion in the guise of a human being. In the dense darkness of the new moon night, a time devoid of proper guidance, when religion was in turmoil, deeply sleeping, ignorant humans behaved illicitly. The heart of Antaryami, the indwelling Lord, broke into pieces as he wept at the suffering of the living entities. At that time you appeared, O Acharya, like the auspicious dawning of the sun, gracing the skies of the land of Goda, just as the sun rises from the eastern Udayagiri mountain. You are indeed the embodiment of the topmost object of attainment, prem, because you bestowed the fundamental root mantra, prema pumarto mahan, divine love, constitutes the greatest goal of human life. You expounded within the hundreds of scriptures and papers, articles, that Nam alone is the sadhya, the essence of all goals, and that Nam alone is the sadhana, the process to attain the goal. Upon seeing within your scriptures an analysis of Shuddha Nam, the pure name, and aparad, offenses to the holy name, the community of saintly people became stunned. Their innumerable voices sing of your glories. Your writings, full of transcendental emotion, are in a language that is natural, simple, and like a shower of nectar. On every page and on every line, you have gathered exquisite gems of conclusive truth. Bhakti Siddhanta, having examined the ocean of Shastra. Who wrote this?
I think it said unnamed Vaishnava, but I'll check right now. Unknown Vaishnava.
Okay. Those beautiful gems are contained in your literary works, such as Sri Krishna Samhita, Sri Sajjan Toshini, Sri Chaitanya Shikshamrita, Sri Harinama Chintamani, Sri Saranagati, attracts even the all-attractive Lord, Sri Krishna, and with Jaiva Dharma, you establish the intimate, intrinsic nature of the jiva. Sri Mahaprabhu's Shiksha, the songs of Sri Gitavali and Sri Gitamala, the narration of Sri Prem Pradeep, the shelter of Kalyana Kalpatru, in which Kalyan, eternal auspiciousness, exists. Those abundant gifts of yours are unlimited and everlasting. The Sri Visva Vaishnava Raja Sabha and your Sri Navadvip Dham Pracharani Shabha raised the magnificence of Sri Dham Mayapur to the highest summit and thus proclaim your supermundane glories. The nature of one who is chaste is to all. You are eternal reality, beyond time, sporting in transcendence. Thus you are completely incomprehensible to the conditioned souls. How shall I describe the nature of separation from you? The desire to do so is like a lame person's desire to cross a mountain. I am extremely weak, devoid of the strength of pious action, and devoid of the strength of knowledge, nor do I know what is bhakti. May the dust of your lotus feet and the water that has washed your lotus feet, which deliver the universe, be my means and support. Who will understand the gravity of your nature and your intense attachment to that Sri Krishna who belongs only to Sri Radhika? Even if it takes millions and millions of births, please make me a rightful candidate of this understanding. This is my petition to your two lotus feet. To give pleasure to Sri Krishna, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur brought Sri Varshabhanabi Dayita Das, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, to this material world. O inhabitants of the universe, at the tips of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's lotus feet, perfect the science of performing bhajan of Sri Krishna in a way that is pleasing to him. Today in Bengal, throughout all of India, and in the cities of Western countries, the devout are worshipping you with the proper articles for worship. By means of Sankirtan, I offer you my very soul. Thus, worshipping your lotus feet, I beg for a particle of mercy. Is that the end? Okay. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai. We did that already. Okay. It's getting late. All right.
I think it's better if you just start and we'll do Ma Mantra at the end for the RT, everything.
Nikaya Twadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadabhaktaya Namo Nama Yang Pravarjantam Manupetam Apeta Krityam Dvaipayano Virahaka Taruva Juhava Putri Tanmayataya Taravo Benidos Tam Sarvabhuta Hridayam Munimanatosmi Bhaktya Vihina Aparada Lakshay Chiptasya Kamadi Tarangamadhi Kripamayi Tvam Sharanam Papadyam Brinde Namaste charanarvindam. Tavaivasmi, na jivami thambig, iti vigyaya radhe, tammayamam charanantike. Kripayati yadi radha, vadidha sheshabadha, kimaparavashishtam, pushtimayadayorme. Yadi varati chakinchit, smeiraha sodita sri, tuja varamani panktya, mukti shaktya tadakyam. Shama sundara shikanda shekar, smeiraha samurali manohar, radhikara sikamam kripanite, swapriya charana kinkari karo. Prananatha Vishabhanu Nandini, Srinukabja Rasalola Satapada, Radhika Paratale Kritastitim, Tam Bhajami Rasikendra Shekhara, Sambhidaya Dashine Trinam Vibhu, Prartaye Brajamahindra Nandana, Astu Moham Tavati Balava, Janma Janmani Madhiswari Priya. First I offer my unlimited obeisances in the dust of the lotus feet of my most worshipful Diksha Gurudev, Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Astota Sat Shishimad, Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, and the same unlimited obeisances in the dust of the lotus feet of my most worshipful Shiksha Guru Dev, Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Astor to the Sat Shishimad, Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj, to our Param Gurudevs, our grandfather Guru, Sri Srimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj, and Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, to all of his divine associates and to all the assembled devotees, and the assembled devotees, Diksha Gurus who are my Shiksha Gurus, Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta. You're going now? Okay, the prasadam is offered. Can we give you some to take? All right, and you figured out the Zeld stuff? Okay, and can you take just some little books even or something? Read on the plane? Okay, thank you for coming. Please offer our obeisances to your brother. What's his name? Yuvraj, great, thanks. Okay, so this morning, Tirthapad Prabhu spoke some glories of Sri Gadadhara Pandit Prabhu, and I'm just going to summarize that. So Srila Gadadhara Pandit is the one wearing the red chadar, yeah. And he is one of the 5 members of the 5-in-1 Absolute Truth. The Absolute Truth is in 5 features. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the Supreme Lord. Then there's Nityananda Prabhu, who is the expansion of the Supreme Lord. Then there's Advaita Acharya, who is the incarnation of the Supreme Lord. Then there's Gadadhar Pandit Prabhu, who is the internal energy or Shakti, Antaranga Shakti of the Lord. And then there's Srivas Pandit, who is the pure devotee, the root of pure devotees of the Lord. Also in the form of Narada Muni, who you all know and love. So, Gadadhar Pandit is the internal energy of the Lord. And who is that? None other than Srimati Radhika. So Krishna had a desire. That desire was to experience Sri Radha's moods. He makes many attempts. He puts on different disguises and pretends to be a demigod in order to hear from her about her moods. Many ways he tries to understand, but he always fails because her mood is her mood of love. How she loves him, her love is greater than his love. How she controls him. She's like his dancing master, causing him to dance many, many novel dances, like the wind makes the leaves dance. And what is the happiness that she experiences in her love, which is 10 million times greater than his happiness, because she's his happiness power. She's his power of happiness that enables him to be the embodiment of happiness, to taste happiness, and to give happiness to others, to bhaktas. So he could never understand. So finally he had to ask her that, please let me borrow your mood and your complexion. She said, yes, I will let you borrow that, but I'm going to have to come myself to help you out, because her taste is inconceivable to him. And I'm going to have to bring my sakis, Lalita and Vishaka, also to come and help you out. So she herself came as Gadadhara Pandit, and her two sakis, Lalita and Vishaka, came as Rai Ramananda and Swarup Damodar, respectively. So, just like a teacher or a mother sometimes pulls the ears of the student or child to give him a lesson, no, that's not right. So, not literally pulling the ears, but by teaching, no, you haven't done my mood right. You haven't felt the ecstasy that I feel yet. Let me help you out. So I'll show you. Like, for example, before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was showed his bhakta side, he was pretending to be just a Pandit, defeating everyone in logic and argument. Gadadhara Pandit was praying that he would become a devotee. Then when he did become a devotee and did manifest his attempt at the moods of Radhika, like when he came back from Gaya and got initiated, and he sang Venugit, the moods of Srimati Radhika, glorifying Krishna's form and his flute playing and his flower on his ear and his lotus garland and his footprints on the Vrindavan earth. He wasn't doing quite good enough. So from behind the curtain, Gadadhara Pandit had to show him how to do it. Also, whereas Srimati Radhika has a very left-wing, feisty mood with Krishna, no, don't touch me, I'm a married woman, I'm very chaste to my husband, you're a debauchee. Gadadhara Pandit manifested a very humble and submissive mood, because if he were to manifest that other mood, Vamya or left-wing mood, Krishna would have forgotten, Mahaprabhu would have forgotten that he's Krishna playing her role, and he would have remembered that he was Krishna. So throughout the pastimes, he manifests although he's teaching Mahaprabhu, he's at the same time manifesting a very dakshin or right-wing mood. They were best friends in Navadvip, and then when Mahaprabhu took sannyas and went to Jagannath Puri, Gadadhara Pandit went with him. And one day, well, actually, Mahaprabhu gave him charge of the Tota Gopinath temple. And on the side of the temple, if you walk out of the temple and walk to the right side, there's a garden. And that garden is called Tota, and so the deity is called Tota Gopinath. So in the garden, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would come to learn Srimad Bhagavatam from Gadadhara Pandit. Because especially the parts like Venugit and Brahmagit, who could explain these chapters better than Srimati Radhika herself, who sang the verses of those chapters. So Gadadhara Pandit would explain exactly what the moods of Radhika were in the verses. And that way Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would learn more further how to play her role. So one day, after Sankirtan and class, Mahaprabhu started digging in the sand. Actually, there was no Gopinath deity yet. He's digging in the sand and he finds a top of a crown. And all the devotees start helping him, and they came out with this deity. First, Mahaprabhu said to Gadadhara Pandit, I have something for you. And will you promise to accept it? Of course, how can I not accept it? So it was this deity of Gopinath. And he said, I want you to take charge of this deity and never leave this deity. So Gadadhara Pandit took what's called Chaitra Sannyas, which means the renounced order and vow never to leave that place in that particular service. So even when Mahaprabhu was on his way to Vrindavan, Gadadhara Pandit wanted to go with him. And whenever Mahaprabhu told him, no, your service is with Gopinath, he said, if I'm with you, that's worth 10 million times more. I'm serving Gopinath 10 million times more. He said, no, but if you go, it'll be on my head that you broke your Chaitra Sannyas. So he ordered him to go back, and then Gadadhara Pandit fainted because the separation was too great. When Mahaprabhu finally disappeared from the world by actually merging into the deity of Gopinath, he went into the temple, went into the altar, and never came out. So that was when Gadadhara Pandit was about 47 or so years old. So even though he wasn't old, he became like an old man because of the feeling of separation. So it was very difficult for him to reach to Gopinath and tie the garland on him. I hope the garland for Radha and Raman Bihari are coming soon. Can they hear? Where am I?
It was too difficult.
It was too difficult. So that deity sat down. The actual marble deity is sitting. This is the only deity who's sitting. And why is he sitting? He's sitting for Gadadhara Pandit to ease his service. Some people thought that there's another devotee, he was in his 80s. Some people thought that the deity sat down for that devotee. But no, he sat down only for Gadadhara, because Krishna stands up and sits down only for Gadadhara, only for Radharani. Whatever she wants, he does. And so this mood of Gadadhara Pandit, even Mahaprabhu wanted to bring out his anger, so once he chastised him, but he wouldn't at all get angry. And then Mahaprabhu embraced him and said, I was just testing you to see how you would respond, but you were so humble, so I'm so pleased with you. It's stated by some people, some devotees, that Gadadhara Pandit is, when Krishna stole Radharani's mood, which is a left-wing mood, then she had no left-wing mood left. So Gadadhara Pandit is what's left. That's why he's so humble and submissive, because he's Radharani's right-wing mood, which is what was left after Krishna stole her left-wing mood. But that's not true at all, because still in Goloka Vrindavan, she's there with her left-wing mood. And when, on the very rare occasions when she exhibits a right-wing mood, means submissive, cooperative, then Krishna will do something to change that mood. Like he'll come to her and say, "Oh, my dear Chandra, I love you so much." Oh no, he would stop. "Oh, my dear Chandra," and then stop. And she thought that he made a mistake and was going to call her Chandravali, thinking of Chandravali, her arch rival. But he did it on purpose just to get her to be in her left-wing mood and go back to Chandravali. I don't want to have anything to do with you. And then he had to serve and beg in order to appease her. Thank you. So, if Gadadhara Pandit was in that left-wing mood, Krishna would have remembered that he's Krishna. And he would have lost the whole reason for him to come as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, Gadadhara Pandit, after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left, he was in so much separation that he left the very next year. And in Goloka Vrindavan too, Gadadhara has the same mood that he has in Navadvip. Not Goloka Vrindavan, Goloka Svetadvip, which is the spiritual world. This Navadvip is a replica of Svetadvip, which is a hexagonal region in Vrindavan. On the very cover of Srila Prabhupada's, you don't have that here, right? Original Srimad Bhagavatam, the cover which he brought from India when he first came to America, shows, and then his Prabhupada's BBT artists also copied that you have Krishna and the gopis in Vrindavan. Yeah, there it is. Thanks. You have Radha Krishna and the gopis, and then in one area of Vrindavan, you have Svetadvip, where Mahaprabhu is eternally engaged in his Sankirtan. Yeah. Engaged in his Sankirtan activities. So that was just a brief summary, because it was told in detail by Tirthapad this morning. Srila Gadadhara Pandit Prabhu Ki Jai Ho. Oh, and another thing was that Srila Gurudev explained that if I'm trying to imitate you, who shall we do today? If I'm trying to imitate you, I'll do my usual Haridas.
Do Gadadhara just got back.
I know, but I don't know how to imitate him. I forgot his distinctive features. So I'll imitate Haridas. And by the way, but even though I was imitating him, still he kept his mood with him. He didn't lose it. I couldn't take it. Like, I'm taking your mood. Doesn't mean.
Remember that time?
And he does it better than me. Wow. So similarly, Gadadhara Pandit who is none other than Radhika herself, had to help Chaitanya Mahaprabhu out. So that's why that's not true that he stole her mood. It says it. What's his name? Goda Hari. Hari means stealing, but he really didn't steal it because she's too astute and alert. Because after all, he has 6 potencies to be God, right? All powerful, all beautiful, all renounced, all strong, and all famous. So where does he get these 6 powers from? From Sarva Lakshmi Mayi Srimati Radhika. She's the sum total of all Lakshmis, the beloved of Narayan on all the Vaikuntha planets, but Lakshmi also means opulence. So she is the embodiment of all of 6 opulences. So she's too smart for him to steal her mood, so she allowed him to borrow it, and she kept it, and she was showing him how to do it. So Srila Gadadhara Pandit Prabhu Ki Jai Ho. And Srila Gadadhara Pandit manifested in this world about 300 years later as Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who is none other than the manifestation of Gadadhara Pandit. And in Goloka Vrindavan, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is Kamala Manjari. And he's so kind that he even explains what he looks like, what his complexion is, what his dress is like, which I have here. You're all advanced devotees, so I know I could jump up to the top with here. And so he's describing himself in his Gita Mala. My complexion is like a flash of lightning, and my dress is bedecked with twinkling stars. My name is Kamala Manjari, and I am eternally 12.5 years old. My home is Swananda Sukhada Kunj. My service is to supply camphor to the divine couple. He has unlimited services, but that may be his main service, but it's not his only service. Because if there's so many services here in this world, we can't, which is covered by just like stool and pus jacket over the soul. Imagine how many services there are there. Like Prabhupada once said, if you're serving a small shop owner, there's maybe a few things to do. And if it's a big company, there's lots of things to do. And if it's God, it's unlimited things to do. My home is Swananda Sukhada Kunj. My services, main service is supply camphor to the divine couple. I serve in Lalita's group called Gana, Lalita Gana. And Sri Radha is my group leader called Yuteswari. My Swamini, meaning Radhika's beloved, the son of Nanda Maharaj, is the treasure of my life. I aspire to serve the divine couple like Rupa Manjari and others, and I am confident that I will surely attain this service. This is my highest aspiration.
He's saying that in his Siddhadeha form, his aspiration is to serve under Rupa Manjari.
Well, he's already serving. What this is, actually, this is the Ekadash Bhavs. When a disciple, and he describes this, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur describes this elaborately in Jaivadharma, near the end of Jaivadharma. When the disciple reaches a certain level of advancement, and he's about to enter bhava bhakti. The bona fide guru helps him along by saying how to think in 11 ways. He gives him, this is your name. Think like this. This is your dress. This is your service. This is your residence. This is your highest aspiration. This is your identity. There are 11. This is your age, Ayu.
Is he thinking like that with his mind?
With his mind?
No. Is he thinking that with his mind, or is that like a conception that is just a natural rising from the heart?
It's a natural rising from the heart, and it's an experience. He's saying who he is.
When it's coming from the guru, when the guru is giving that instruction to the disciple isn't building that conception with the mind.
Oh no, this is all on the heart. When he's in Raganuga Bhakti is the stage of the heart. Vaidhi Bhakti is the stage of the mind and the intelligence. So he's coming there anyway, and the guru is helping him along. So these are the Akadas Bhavs, but he's already living in it. Oh, when will this maidservant attain complete perfection and residing at Radhakund serve Sri Sri Radhakrishna in complete forgetfulness of my past? There's other kirtans of his, Amada Jivan and I forget the other one where he says, and now I've completely forgotten my past and I'm living in your house and I see only happiness in all directions. Atmani Vedanam, yeah, thanks. So on one hand, he's knowing who he is, and on the other hand, he's showing the example of aspiring for that, like Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. So very beautiful. So coming down a bit, it's described in the introduction to Jaiva Dharma by Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj that many people say, don't do as I do as I say. But we call his line Bhaktivinoda Dhara. Dhara means like a stream of honey that doesn't break. It just flows. So his conceptions and his behavior while he was present in the world, they're one and the same. And those who follow him are in Bhaktivinoda Dhara. We pray that we'll be in Bhaktivinoda Dhara, and we try to be. So he followed Varnashram Dharma absolutely perfectly. He was a perfect brahmachari. He was a perfect grihastha. He had 11 children, and one of them was one of his greatest gifts to the world, and that is Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who he prayed for. He prayed to Krishna, please send me someone of your stock, from your stock. So Srila Prabhupada came from the womb of his wife, and it was foretold that this Mahapurush, great personality, will appear. You're doing the garland now? Appear in Utkal, in Jagannath Puri. So he was actually predicted. And when his son was born, he had all the signs of a Vaishnava already on him, like the sign of the Jagat Pavitra, called, and the neck beads and tilak, everything was already there. And because Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur was the magistrate at Jagannath Puri, he was, and also because the Jagannath Ratha Yatra would stop near his house on its path, on its journey, and not move, giving time for him to go on the cart, on Jagannath's cart, and put his son, named Bimala Prasad. He named him Bimala Prasad because he's the mercy of Bimala, who's the combined wife of the 16,000 queens of Sri Krishna in Dwarka. So he brought his 6-month-old baby to the feet of Lord Jagannath to feed him the sweet rice, that the baby gets after 6 months. And a garland fell onto the body of Bimala Prasad. So his son used to come with him when he was just a few months, since he was just a few months old, to his preaching engagements, carrying his books, his scriptures on his head. And as he said, my residence is Swananda Sukada Kunj by Radha Kund in Goloka Vrindavan. Also, he lived at Swananda Sukada Kunj in Nabadweep in Godrum Dweep, very, very close to the place where Surabi, the cow Surabi, was doing austerities, and where Markandeya Rishi, who had you can call it a boon or a curse, to live for the duration of 7 kalpas, which is like billions and billions of years. Every time there was a destruction in the universe, he'd live through it and the waters of destruction. But there were alligators and heavy waves, and he would just faint. And then he saw that there was one little place left, and that was Nabadweep. And Surabhi, the cow, brought him up. Don't ask me how she was able to do it as a cow. I asked Madam Maharaj, and he said she's transcendental, so it's beyond conception, and gave him her milk from her udder. So right near that is Swananda Sukada Kunj, where Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur lived, and we went up and we saw his room and Srila Prabhupada's paraphernalia and his own paraphernalia, and where Srila Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj would come and visit him. And he got his son initiated by his Shiksha Guru, his friend and student, Srila Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj. He told Srila Prabhupada to take initiation from him, but Srila Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj was illiterate. He couldn't even write his own name. But Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur kept sending him back to him. And finally, Srila Prabhupada said, I'm going to fast till death if you don't initiate me. And then Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur told Srila Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj, are you trying to kill my son? And then Srila Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj said, I was just testing you. And I was saying you're so erudite, scholar, and I'm illiterate. I was just testing you to see how humble you would be. Now, I wanted to, and that was one of his great contribution, is to bring that Mahapurush into the world. And another great contribution of his is what? He revealed the birthplace of Mahaprabhu when he was the yoga pit of Mayapur. He actually, I won't say discovered, but he realized in trance the holy places of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How? How did he reveal it? In his book called Sri Navadvip Dham Mahatmya. That is, Sri Nityananda Prabhu and his power, his wife, his energy, Janavadevi, came into his trance. And so at the end of every chapter of Navadvip Dham Mahatmya, he prays to their lotus feet. He takes shelter of their lotus feet. So in this book, Nityananda Prabhu is leading the very first Navadvip Parikrama. And with him is Jiva Goswami. Before he was Goswami, he was just a teenager. And a few others went there. And so whenever Jiva came to another place with Nityananda Prabhu, he'd roll on the floor and weep, and so would Nityananda Prabhu would be weeping as he told the glories of the places. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained that 20 yards from here, then they went to there, then they walked that way and got to here. So just by reading the book, you know where so many places are. Where Advaitacharya lived, where Gadadhara Pandit lived, where the Yoga Pit is, where Mahaprabhu was born, and he personally saw from his place at Swananda Sukara Kunj, he could look across the Jalangi to Navadvip, to Mayapur, and he could see Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan party and beautiful, like, jeweled palaces, and that happened more than one night. So he thought this must be Mahaprabhu's birthplace. So he checked with many ancient maps, and some unauthorized persons thought that it was in Navadvip, on that Navadvip side, like Koladvip, Navadvip, but it wasn't, it was in the Mayapur side. So by speaking with the villagers, by hearing that only Tulsi grows in this plot of land. If you try to grow anything else, it won't grow. The villagers shared that. And checking all the old ancient maps and checking scriptures, like, what is that, Ratnakar? Bhakti Ratnakar and Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavat. He understood that this was the very place, but then he had to confirm it. So the most respected Vaishnava of the whole time, the most respected Vaishnava of Navadvip, of Vrindavan, of Puri, who is that? Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, who is his Shiksha Guru. But at the same time, in the, I forget whether it's the introduction to the Adi Leela chapter 1, or it's directly in chapter 1, Srila Prabhupada writes that Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur was initiated by Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. But he wasn't initiated formally. Who was he initiated by? V.P. Bihari was his Diksha Guru. But he wasn't really surrendered to him. He was surrendered to his Shiksha Guru, Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. So that's where he learned. Of course, he's eternally Kamal Manjari, but just to teach us, that's where he learned his bhajan from. So how is it that Prabhupada said he was initiated by him? Because if one accepts the superior Vaishnava's mood, and Siddhanta, that's as good as being initiated by. So I only have one Diksha Guru, Srila Prabhupada, but that I've accepted I'm trying to accept the mood. And Siddhanta, I do better at the Siddhanta of Srila Gurudev. So one time, I'm not saying it, but one time he was speaking, there's about 10 of us sitting outside of his room in Mathura, and he was sitting on the bench, and I was in the front row. It was only a few people. Means I was right sitting at his feet, and he was sitting up on the bench. So he was speaking about Manashiksha, and then he looked down and he said, "This is Diksha." Means the Shiksha supports the Diksha and helps to complete the Diksha. So in that way, Prabhupada was correct. Yes. So as you learn from the song, he wrote so many books, actually in many languages, even English. Books and songs, hundreds of songs, kirtans, teaching us how to think. Like one time, I tell this many times, that one time in Kent, England, we were singing the morning bhajans while Srila Gurudev was on his morning walk. And so when he came back, is this all being sort of digestible? Karuna Shakti? It's a little, well, just by hearing it gradually, you get more and more familiar with the personalities. It's like, if you go to Russia, everyone has a Russian name. But if you stay there for a while, you get to know everybody just naturally. And, I could go to something introductory, but that's just not what's happening with him. And I could speak about his Jaiva Dharma, which is about the swarup, or the intrinsic nature of the soul, which is created by Krishna and with the seed of our eternal specific relationship with him. We can go very introductory, but then all the high nectar wouldn't be there. But you can also ask the devotees, like during prasadam or whenever you come, and like, what does this mean? Who is that? And things like that. Just because it's a special day, we have to go there. But you'll get it. You're very intelligent. Okay. And if you have any questions at the end. So, where are we? So he wrote many, many books. His final book was Jaiva Dharma, which he also wrote in trance. Some people think that Jaiva Dharma is true philosophy in a, in a fictitious setting, like Srila Bhaktivinoda in a fictitious setting, like Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur made up the characters, and through the made-up story, he's telling actual philosophy. When one person, like my godbrother, was my godbrother, wrote a book, and in this book, it was called Napadeham, which is about Radha Krishna's pastimes, but half of them are made up by him. And he said, this is a bona fide thing to do because Jaiva Dharma did it. So when Gurudev heard that, when I told Gurudev about that, he gave some dictation to put in an article proving that that book is not bona fide, that Prabhupada never did it, Bhaktivinoda Thakur never did it, and proving that Jaiva Dharma is actually historical. It's not a novel. It's called Napadeham. I can't say. If you go to the website, if you go to our retort, so to speak, or our book review of that book, you may see it. I may have written. So you'll know if you see the book, and you'll know not to read it. All right, so yes. He's known, was I in the middle of a thought? That Jivadharma is real. It's a real history. And he got it in trance, just like he got Navadvip Dham Mahatmya in his trance. He's known as the seventh Goswami. No one else was given the title ever of seventh Goswami, Saptam Goswami, because just as the Ganges River came to this world by the repeated efforts of generations of King Sagar to liberate his ancestors who were burned to ashes by their own offense to Kapila Dev. And now it was just a bunch of ashes. So the only way they could get delivered is if the Ganges River flowed. So the third generation, King Bhagirath, by his austerities and prayers, brought the Ganges to this world. So similarly, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is called the Bhagirath of Bhakti, because gradually, just like Krishna says in the Gita, first I spoke this science of the self and God to the sun god, and he spoke it to his son Manu, and he spoke it to his son Ikshvaku, who was the first king of the earth. And then it was passed down in disciplic succession. But now, gradually it got corrupted, and the science as it is appears to be lost. So now, Arjun, I'm reviving that disciplic succession with you, because you're never envious of me and because you're my friend and my devotee. So why did I say that?
Seventh Goswami.
Right.
He was the Bhagirati.
Right.
And so it appeared to have been lost. The teachings of...
Teachings. Yeah, Lord Chaitanya, then there's the six Goswamis and their followers, but gradually it got lost, and Sahajiyas announced themselves as Gaudiya Vaishnavas, and they were doing all kinds of, besides their philosophy was not bona fide, that you can have a relationship with somebody else's wives, like Krishna did, and go to Vrindavan and call that paramour or bhajan. So that was happening at that time before Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So he preached so strongly, and he became the Bhagirath of Bhakti and the seventh Goswami by his books like Jivadharma and Jivadharma and so many. And his prayers. They're all full of Bhakti Siddhanta. So this is a very good book that I'm hoping you'll all read. It's called Discerning the True Sentiments of the Soul. It's an enlarged edition of a booklet that Gurudev ordered to be printed, which is a booklet of a few of his lectures that he gave in 1996 or 7 on his first world tour, 7, in France. And that booklet was called Gaudiya Vaishnavism versus Sahajism, where he straightens everything out. Because in those days, before he began his preaching, the people who were calling themselves Gaudiya Vaishnavas would, besides all those other immoral activities that I just mentioned, they would be hired by a family whose relative had just died, and so they were bringing him on a procession. You know how they do? What is that? Satya, Ram something, Satya, Ram Satya, Ram is truth. They'd go along the procession saying that. I forget the... No, and then so these so-called Gaudiya Vaishnavisms would sing. They hired them to sing. And they would sing, Hare Krishna. And you could not find the Krishna or the Hare or the Rama. And then at the end of the night, after the procession, they would just count their money. So there was a lot of immoral things in the name of Gaudiya Vaishnavism, and no respectable gentleman would be willing to hear the name Gaudiya Vaishnava. They'd be in so much disgust. So he reestablished the integrity of Gaudiya and Vaishnava Sampradaya, and Gurudev said if he had not come to this world, the whole Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy would have gone to hell. So, like there are many nice chapters here called Spreading Like the Plague. In fact, Gurudev also said, now Sahajiyam is creeping in again, and only because I'm here, it's at bay, but I don't know what will happen when I leave. That's also here. Learn all the philosophy. Yeah. And then, in turn, the Sahajiya Babajis also say that our sampradaya is not bona fide because Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is not coming from a bona fide sampradaya and didn't take sannyas from anyone, and Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, took sannyas from a picture of his guru, Srila Golokishore Das Babaji Maharaj. And so Gurudev is proving that this is perfectly fine because it's in our history going way back to Ramanujacharya in previous age, who took sannyas from his guru when he was being taken on a palanquin to be put in samadhi. You all know that story, right? The 3 fingers. He was going to, in those days you just walk 1,000 miles to go visit your guru. So he was determined to take sannyas. And then, but by the time he got there, his Gurudev was already departed, but his divine body was being carried to be put in samadhi, and so he said, could you uncover his divine body? And because they already knew him, they did it, and he saw that 3 fingers were closed. So he took 3 vows. I'm going to preach the Vaishnavism in this line. I'm going to spread it all over India. I'm going to write a commentary on Vedanta Sutra, and I'm going to take sannyas. And each finger went up. So everyone was, of course, amazed. And then there were also other examples. And also, Srila Gurudev explains here that if the guru is bona fide, he's eternal. And if his disciple is bona fide, they're talking with each other and there's no problem. So this is a very amazing book. In fact, I didn't know why I felt like I was being forced to collect more, because in 1997, he only had a couple of lectures and he wanted a booklet of that. And then by the time this came out, it was 2000, in the mid 2000, like 2006, 7. It was time to add more lectures that he gave on the same subjects. So I didn't really want to do it. I didn't really want to be part of the collection crew. But I felt something really pushing me. Like, why do I have to keep going? So then, just when exactly when the book came out, one of my godbrothers, who was a sannyasi, left. He's my godbrother, but then he took sannyas from Gurudev, and then he left and to join the Babajis. So then I understood why the pushing was there. So now it's already late. It's 9:11. That's significant. So I'm going to ask if there's a couple of questions. And I just want to tell one quick story that there was this fake Krishna, Vishikakshena, and he was claiming that I am Krishna, and he did have some mystic powers, like some fire could shoot out of his head. And so he would go to all the houses and tell the mothers that I'm Krishna and I want your daughter to come and do Rasalila. And they were innocent and foolish, and they gave him to him. But then when it came to the attention of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who was the magistrate of the Jagannath Puri, he sent the police to arrest him. But then the sparks were coming out of his head, and so they got afraid. So then he grabbed him himself, and he personally cut his hair where his power was, and had him thrown in jail. And in the meantime, his whole family got sick, and his wife said, you never know about who he really is, because we're all sick and we may die. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, let us all die, but let that rascal be punished. And gradually he died of starvation or took poison in prison, and just died of embarrassment. So like this, Srila Gurudev said there's no end to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's glories. Just like Anantadev can't even give, who had millions of heads, can't come to the end of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's glories. So we're going to end here so that we can do Guru Puja and worship Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and his whole disciplic succession. But first I'll ask if there's any urgent questions. Do you have to leave now? Yeah, it's getting late. We started late, so we're ending late. But thanks for coming. Do you live near enough that you can come regularly again? Huh? Okay, that's great. So we look forward to see you then. I was missing you, actually.
We saw her in
In Wynwood today?
Park behind us.
Oh, my goodness.
Like, hey, come by, we have a nice program.
Thank you so much. And you can bring your friends too, if it's all right. Okay, Haribol.
Hare Krishna. Oh, so do we sing Shri Guru Charanapatma or Jayanila Pramadana?
Oh, it is. We didn't sing that yet. Yeah, but Jayanalo Premadana is not a. It's not a worship, so we can sing that, and then we can do the worship. I guess it's a late night.
Did
Yes.
fire come out the guy's head? Did he have some like
No, he had some mystic power.
some, like,
Power, he did some
Yeah.
clarity.
Yeah,
that exists in the 1500s?
Still exists probably.
it existed since Hiranyakashipu's time. Hiranya-
For real?
what?
City super yogic superpowers.
Hiranyakashipu was standing on his toes for 1,000 years, and then fire started coming from his head, and he shook the whole universe.
I mean,
That's why the demigods,
modern day, like people still have like.
people still have them.
Oh, okay, wow. And he had the power in his hair.
Yeah.
Like Jagadananda Pandit. Mystic power.
I don't want to shave my head now. No, I'm just-
Do you have any questions? Karuna Shakti?
Real question. Did Radhe create Mayapur? I read on the website that she created Mayapur, prepared it or something.
Radhavan. Hence
Hmm?
the name Radhavan. It's asking.
Did Radhe create Mayapur, Dom, for Krishna or something like that?
There's a little pastime called Swapna Vilas. Nityananda is the manifester of Navadvip. He's Dhameswara. He's the worshipful deity of all the Dhams, Balaram of Vrindavan. But Srimati Radhika is the Swarup Shakti who manifests the whole spiritual world. And her shadow, Maya, manifests the material world. So it depends what angle you look at it from. I don't remember enough details. Can we do that tomorrow? Or you can do it during Prashad. And because we were going to do Gundica today, because today's also the day of Gundica, Mandir, Marjana. But we're going to do it tomorrow. Tomorrow, starting after class, the class will be about the Gundica, cleaning of the Gundica temple, and then all day will be cleaning and hearing from Chaitanya Charitamrita about that pastime, because we have the audio book.
So all day program tomorrow?
All day cleaning, the usual morning program, and then all day cleaning, and all day hearing from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Hmm? Hmm? Please join us. All right, so no questions further?
I have a question.
Yes?
There's in Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes, there's like a
Oh,
Pandit.
I wanted to talk more about this because it's so amazing, but we'll do that tomorrow's Thursday.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to miss Harinam on Thursday night. Is that your... We'll figure it out. Because I put some paper marks that I wanted to read from Sarupa of the Jiva, because one of the book quotes from all of our acharyas proving that the Swarup our identity is eternal. It doesn't grow out of the type of association that you have. So one of the persons whose quotes we give is his, but also Srila Gurudev explains in a few places Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's glory as the personality who helped us understand Srila Jiva Goswami, because it was very cryptic for a long time. And then Baladev Bijabhusan Prabhu helped us understand. And the main person is Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So how that happened, how he did that, is described in a few places. Also, there's a glorification of him by Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So we wanted to spend a little time. And anyway, we don't go out right after the morning class, right? So, and I can even speak while well, the cleaning starts. We could do it in so many ways. Is that all right? Tomorrow? Tomorrow will be a good day. Okay. So, all right, let's start. And first you offer your flower to your Diksha Guru, then if you have a Shiksha Guru who's like your Diksha Guru, and then Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and then up the whole disciplic succession. And we'll sing Shri Guru Charana Padma after we sing Jaya Anilo Premadana. It's a big night. Okay. 90 what? 99. What's that? From Badger. Oh, wow. Wow. So this is Anakut Prasad from Badger. From the Govardhan. Huh? So many devotees. Oh, Vrinda.
Some are salty, some are sweet.
I pass it out. Pass it around. But then you could have it also with your prasadam. Okay. So, page 99. You could have it during prasadam time, then you could have more.
I bring it in the kitchen?
This kitchen here. Yeah.
Yeah, this, yeah.
Okay, is everybody ready? Who's going to lead it? Sanatan, you want to lead it? Okay.
Jai Srila Saptam Goswami Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki Jai, Gadadhara Pandit Goswami ki Jai. Jai Anilo Premadana Karuna Prachur Jai Anilo
Premadana
Karuna Prachur Heno Prabhu Kota Gela Charyata
Hena Prabhu Kota Gela Acharya Thakur
Heno Prabhu Kota Gela Gadadhara Thakur
Hena Prabhu Kota Gela Gadadhara Pandit Thakur
Jaya Nilo Premadana Karuna Prachur
Anila Premadana Charya Thakur
Heno Prabhu Kota Gela Bhaktivinoda Thakur
Hena Prabhu Kota Gela Bhaktivinoda Thakur
Kamura Swarup Rupa Kaha Sanatan
Kamara Swarup Rupa Kasanatan
Kahada Saragunata Patita Pavan
Kasaragu Nata Pati Baba
Kamora bata juga Kavira
Kahamora Bata Yuga Kakavira
Eka kole kota gela Goranatara
Kale Kota Kela Gora Natara
Jayamilo prema dana Karuna pracho
Nilo Prenada Yuna Pracho
Eno Prabhu Kota Gela Acharya Thakur
Kota Kela Thakur
Asane Kutibo Mata Analepo Shivo Asane
Kutibo Mata Anale Koshibo
Gauranga Gunera Nidhi Kota Gile Pabo
Oranga Gunera Nidhi Kota Letabo
Se Saba Sangira Sange De Koilo Vila
Sangira Sangi Sekolovila
Se Sangana Paya Konde Narotamada
Nana Paila Sange Notamada
Se Sangana Paya Konde Narotamada
Sai Sangana Paya Kande Narotama Da
Jayanilo Prema Dana Karuna Pracho
Sayanilo Premadana Napracho
Eno Prabhu Kota Gela Gadadhara Thakur
Sabukota Srila Thakur
Eno Prabhu Kota Gela Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur
Ena Prabhu Kota Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur
Prabhu
Gadai Goranga, Gadai Goranga, Gadai Goranga, Jaya Gadai Goranga.
Thakur Bhaktivinoda, Thakur Bhaktivinoda,
Thakur Bhaktivinoda, Thakur. for Premanandi. Okay, now can everybody stand? And
Allegiance.
you'll be getting flower petals to offer to Sri Gadadhara Pandit, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and our disciplic succession. Who's leading? Who's doing arti? You are?
Page 28. Do you want to lead Yashoda? Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma Shri Guru Charana Kevala Bhakati Sadma Vandamoi Savadana Mate Vandamoi Savadana Mate Vandamoi Savadana Mate Vandamoi Savadana Jara Prasadeva Hey Bhavatariya Jara Hey Bhavatariya Jara Krishna Prapti Hoy Jara Hoy Te Krishna Prapti Hoy Jara Hoy Te Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Koriya Kya Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Koriya Kya Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Koriya Kya Harana Kori Homane Asha Harana Kori Homane Asha Shri Guru Charane Rati Aise Utama Gati